Morning, fire leaders are issuing winter safety warnings as temperatures drop after several house fires in our region. And as millions return from Thanksgiving holiday travel, doctors say the risk of getting sick could increase.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Caroline Mueller. It is 5:33 on this Monday, December 1st. Let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Megan Dusmal for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, at least for me, I've not been getting up this early info for the first time in a long time. I had to wait for that windshield to defrost, and I forgot just how long that takes.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the worst part about this time of year is having to sit in a cold car.
I like to use my wiper fluid, just get it off easy. But yeah, no heated seats, so it's rough out there.
It is rough out there this morning, and it's only going to get colder as we head through the next couple of hours. In fact, the next 24, we are under that first alert weather day. That starts tonight and heads into your Tuesday morning as we do watch a round of winter weather moving through the region. In fact, we are under a winter weather advisory for our far northern counties: Menifee, Rowan, Morgan, Elliott, and Lawrence, Kentucky, and Wayne County, West Virginia. Now, right now we are nice and calm. However, as we head into those overnight hours and into the early mornings hours of your Tuesday, that's when we'll see some chances for wintry mix, some ice chances, and snow. Here's a look at those temperatures this morning, and just as Caroline mentioned, it's very cold outside. You will need to add a little extra time to heat up your car before you head out on the road. Low 20s all across eastern Kentucky with highs for the day in a mixture of the 40s. We're looking at 39 even as you travel towards Rowan County. Here's a look at Monday's forecast. High temperatures will be around that 4 o'clock time frame. Starting to see some rain chances by 8, and there's chances of wintry mix later on tonight as those temperatures drop below freezing. Caroline.
All right, Megan, thank you. In Powell County, Stanton police are seeking information about thefts that happened Saturday morning. Take a look at your screen. Stanton police say this car is involved in those thefts, which were targeting unlocked vehicles in the Stanton community. They say multiple theft reports have been called in, and they are actively working on finding the items that have been stolen. A southern Kentucky family is dealing with the loss of their home. Fire destroyed the home on Gastineau Lane in Pulaski County early Thursday morning. No one was home, but the family does not know when or how they're going to rebuild. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more.
Losing so much, yet there is room to be thankful.
I'm thankful that everybody's helping. I'm mainly just thankful that we wasn't home and that we're all okay, because it could have been really bad.
Brittany Pollitt says she and her 4- and 7-year-old children were not at the house when it burned down. She lost everything she owns, but a lifetime of memories also went up in smoke.
This is the house I grew up in, and it was paid for. It wasn't much, but it was ours.
Firefighters say the home was fully involved when they arrived.
Yeah, I haven't went through anything yet, but there's nothing left.
She and her children will have to start over, but she says her community is stepping up to help.
Everybody's really willing to help, and I appreciate it. AMVets is doing a fish fry, and they're doing a lot.
Paulette is going to school to expand her work in healthcare and says she hopes to eventually rebuild.
That's the plan as of right now, is to build a house here. I was actually going to try to build a house next year anyway, but I guess it's just going to have to happen soon. I was going to wait till I got out of nursing school so I wouldn't have a payment.
The Dabney Fire Chief says they have not been able to pinpoint a point of origin or a cause. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Science Hill and Woodstock fire departments also helped with the fire. You can learn how to help the family by going to this story up on our website, WYMT.com, or the WYMT News app. A duplex in Moorhead caught fire on Thanksgiving night. The Moorhead Fire Department says they were called to Brothers Way just after 8:30 p.m. They say several people called the city's 911 line about the duplex being engulfed in flames. Nobody was hurt, but one couple says they might have lost 2 pets along with their belongings. The cause of the fire is not known. Fire leaders are now issuing winter safety warnings as temperatures drop and after several house fires across central and eastern Kentucky. It comes after the incidents in Lexington, Somerset, and Moorhead over the holiday period. The causes are still under investigation. Firefighters say it's important you aren't overloading outlets or using the wrong extension cords. They also say it's common to see people heating their homes in ways they're not meant to.
First responders, we go help EMS and we see the oven door halfway open or all the way open, and the coils inside are just red hot. And that's because the furnace isn't working, or they're out of gas, or they're out of wood for the wood stove, so to speak. And that's the only thing they got.
Firefighters say another thing to keep in mind is an annual chimney or furnace inspections if your home has those features. Installing smoke detectors is another important step. Many fire departments will do that for free. A Somerset couple is facing federal and state charges relating to child exploitation. Christopher and Amy Etheridge were indicted last week in federal court on 3 counts of employing and using a minor to produce sexually explicit material. They also face numerous state charges, including sodomy and promoting, distributing, and possessing child sexual abuse material. Amy has a competency hearing on December 3rd and will be arraigned in federal court on December 19th. Christopher has a state pretrial conference on December 4th. A car show at the Kentucky Expo Center Saturday raised money to support the victims of the deadly UPS plane crash and their families. The Airplane Disaster Victims Relief Indoor Car Show was organized by a group of volunteers. Hundreds of custom cars, Jeeps, trucks, and bikes were on display. 100% of the money made from the event is going directly to the Team Kentucky Relief Fund to support the victims.
I think it's great. I think it shows people that, real true car lovers, even though it's cold, weather ain't the best, you still bring your car out, wipe on it, communicate with other people in the car world and, just network and whatnot. So I think it's pretty good.
Those in attendance hope that more events like this can continue to help those affected by the tragedy. A Somerset pastor says their church has been able to pay forward a lot of money to help several people after a TikTok video went viral. A Kentucky woman was posing as a mother in need, and she challenged churches to give to a hungry baby. She says most refused, but a Somerset pastor agreed to help. That story was posted on social media, and thousands of people responded with money for the Heritage Hope Church of God.
The result of it, we've been blessed, and now we're able to bless people. The people had the opportunity to give. I mean, man, they came back with testimonies of how they helped people.
The church has put together gift bags of good, donated to the local food pantry, and given out gift cards to their congregation to find people in need. They also provided more than 100 Thanksgiving boxes. Earlier this month, the Trump administration announced they were working on a plan to make home buying easier for Americans. That would involve a 50-year mortgage. WYMT's Neely Green spoke to a broker about how that could make a difference when it comes to purchasing a home.
Heather Pendergrass-Hughes is the primary broker at Prime Real Estate Group. She looked into the proposed 50-year mortgage plan and how it could affect those looking to buy a home here in the mountains.
A home that was $450,000 on 6.25% over 30 years, and it didn't state if it was with the tax and insurance. However, it was right around $2,770. That same home on a 50-year mortgage at the same interest rate was $2,450.
While those monthly payments can make the 50-year plan sound cheaper and more appealing, Hughes says it's important to take a step back and look at the long-term numbers.
On the 30-year mortgage, they paid approximately $560,000 in interest over 30 years, and on the 50-year mortgage, they paid over $1 million in interest, so doubled what the original price of the home was.
While details are limited regarding the plan, a concern for home buyers using a 50-year mortgage is also the interest rate.
With a shortage, and then you have the market opening up for people to be able to buy more expensive homes or just buy homes in general, it could maybe cause some type of crisis on our market again.
Hughes says another concern she has is the market. Here in eastern Kentucky, the housing market has already seen a shortage of homes due to natural disasters wiping many structures out.
If the interest rate's significantly higher, then that's going to balloon that even more. It could go up to possibly 2.5 times what you had the house for on paper, or maybe even 3 times, depending on how much they raise.
Hughes says that the 50-year plan becomes a possibility, then it would be up to the buyers and what their goals would be with the mortgage plan. In Perry County, Neely Green, WYMT Mountain News.
Hughes says if she could give homebuyers any piece of advice, it would be taking extra cash you have and pay it toward the principal on your loan when you can. That way you can pay it off sooner and save in the long run. As millions return from Thanksgiving holiday travel, doctors say the risk of getting sick could increase. But doctors say one of the biggest things you can do is wash your hands. That includes before and after you eat or touch your face. They also recommend wiping down any highly touched surfaces, and they say if you haven't been vaccinated yet, now's the time to do so. A Charlie Brown Christmas is celebrating a milestone anniversary. That and more in a look of today's Eye on Entertainment report.
And we'll continue to see those cold temperatures with a snow chance on the way.